just starting to get to it. Congressman Jason Smith is the head of House Ways and Means, and he joins us now. Sir, it's good to have you on. Do you think that the media were able to deflate the impact of the first day of your hearing?
You know, it was what to be expected of a lot of mainstream media of attacking an impeachment inquiry. What we said all along is that we're going to follow the facts, and there's a lot of facts that we're getting. In fact, last Wednesday, our committee released over 700 pages of additional documents from the two IRS whistleblowers that highlighted numerous items. Not that Joe Biden was just aware of Hunter Biden's business dealings, but he was actually, in fact, connected through emails, through WhatsApp messages, through meetings in the White House, to even bringing Hunter Biden and his business associates on Air Force Two to foreign countries. So there's a lot of evidence there that adds up that we need to continue to follow the facts.
Time magazine reporting that Oversight, one of the other committees, is in talks with Tony Bobulinski, Hunter's former business partner in the China deals. Bobulinski claims he met with Joe personally to discuss working with Hunter. His allegations are massive, and he worked right there with Hunter. He also said that he asked Jim Biden how they're getting away with this, and the Biden brother responded, plausible deniability. That's another Tony Bobulinski allegation. Do you think we're going to see Mr. Bobulinski testify? He has indicated that he would be interested in that.
I think there's going to be numerous individuals to testify, including Tony. Think about this. In some of the documents that we just released, it did not only provide the obstruction that was going on in the Justice Department investigation of Hunter Biden, it also showed how the Justice Department stopped any leads that was leading to President Joe Biden. In fact, one of the issues was that Joe Biden was listed in a search warrant, and the prosecutor said, you cannot have Joe Biden in a search warrant. There was an instance whenever the president's brother, James Biden, was going to be interviewed. And before the interview, they told the investigators, under no circumstances can you ask any questions about Joe Biden. Yeah. So there's countless efforts of where there's been obstruction. And we gotta bring people in, have them answer these questions.
And watching this, I mean, it's so interesting to watch the Department of Justice as well as the Democrat machine and the media all play dumb. And, I mean, they made a very, it was a very weak effort to try and conceal what they were up to. But it's interesting to watch these people, that scrutinized every little thing about former President Trump. Now when they see glaring evidence, because it doesn't hit them over the head, as, it's not just blatantly obvious evidence, they're pretending like there's nothing there.
I'll tell you, it's quite unfortunate, but when you talk to any American and they see that more than $20 million came to Hunter Biden and associates, what was he selling? What was he selling? He was selling the family brand, and the brand is Joe Biden. He doesn't have talents. The only thing he has is access to his father. Yeah. And guess what? It brought in more than $20 million. Just last week, we even highlighted a bank wire that went to Hunter Biden of over $250,000 from a business associate in China. But guess whose address it was listed? It was Joe Biden's address.
That's the whole point is that you'd have to be just insane to think that this wasn't Joe at the helm of this thing, Joe controlling this thing. I mean, it's, obviously they did everything they could to keep him out of it, so we had that plausible deniability. They even messaged about that. We have those messages from Gillier and Bobulinski, but it's insane to think that Joe wasn't at the helm controlling this operation. It's very obvious. I want to ask you a couple more questions. Over the weekend, we came close to a government shutdown. Didn't happen. The can kicked down the road a little bit. Where do you stand on this battle? Will this have any impact on the impeachment inquiry?
The fact that government's still open helps. If government would have shut down, it would have had a huge impact. It would just been another reason for the Justice Department, for the IRS, for the FBI saying, oh, because of a government shutdown, our employees are no longer working, so we don't have to answer the questions that you've brought before us. It would have only stalled and delayed. So I'm very glad that we were able to at least move funding for 45 days until we can pass the rest of the single appropriations bills.
Your thoughts on how McCarthy handled it, and your thoughts on the Gates situation here? Obviously, Gates is kind of the renegade in this moment. I think he's speaking to a lot of concerns that a lot of Americans have about the size of government and the money that we spend and the debt that we have. But he's, in a lot of ways, he's making it very difficult for McCarthy to do his job.
We're definitely concerned about the issues that Americans are having. We've seen inflation go up 17.4% since Joe Biden's taken the oath of office. It is a waste of time for Matt Gaetz to do a motion to vacate, because the only way a motion to vacate can be successful is if more than 200 plus Democrats join with him. It's a Democrat motion to vacate. And if you do that, we're not going to be able to address the country's finances and reckless spending. Instead, we'll just be fighting amongst ourselves, trying to figure out who's going to lead, and the Democrats are empowered when Matt Gaetz joins their side. The fact AOC and Matt Gaetz are on the same page about who should be Speaker should alarm any viewer.
Interesting take. Congressman, always good to see you. Thank you, sir.